Hey guys, so I wanted to get a decently priced security camera solution that could also be utilized as a baby monitor. And I was able to do that by getting the Wyze V3 camera along with the TinyCam application. This cost me about $55 Canadian. It could be about $40 US. And yeah, once I set that up, I realized that this is really competitive with a lot of the baby cam monitor solutions that are out there. And let's get into how I was able to do that for an affordable price. Like again, like I said, $55 Canadian or $40 US. All right, so really what I wanted is I wanted a camera that had really good night vision, with which the Wyze V3 does. But I also wanted the application to be able to go back in time, and really be able to record. Right, there's an SD card slot in the Wyze V3. And using their application, they don't actually charge you to utilize that SD card for recording. So it's kind of cool. You can I'm going back to some footage that was, about 6 a.m. in the morning here. Baby was in a different crib, but, I can just record what was happening at that time, and then it just saves it to the gallery on my phone. Another important feature, and probably one of the most important features that I had here, was, being able to have background audio, right? So I want to be able to hear what's happening on that camera, even if my phone is locked or the application is not actually running. I didn't want to have that video stream on 24/7, and you can do that with. This is a third-party application we're going to talk about today, which is called TinyCam Pro. All right, so from the previous clip, you probably heard the sound machine running. This is just, using another device to record, just to show you. This is what it looks like when the device is locked, and any sound that's happening in that room right now, it's actually, I can actually hear it from the cell phone. Okay, so let's go through the steps on how we set everything up here. So you'll need to download the Wyze application, which is free, as well as the TinyCam Pro application. I believe it cost me about $5 Canadian. It's well worth buying the TinyCam Pro application if you're looking for that background sound feature. If you don't care about the background sound feature, then all you really need is the Wyze application. Okay, let's start by opening the Wyze app, and then we'll add a new device. And then we're going to make it a WizeCam V3, which is what I've got here. And then let's click next here. And then now what I have to do is I have to pull the base away from the WizeCam and press setup under your camera. So what I'm doing right now is let's move over to the camera here. All right, on the bottom, we'll just click the setup button. Hold it down. Ready to connect. All right, there we go. Back to the app here. I hear ready to connect. Click next. And then now I'm just going to put in the password to my Wi-Fi here. Okay, I've finished putting in the password here. And then now I have a QR code, which I just point up to the camera here. QR code scanned. Perfect. QR code was scanned. Let's move forward. Okay, perfect. So it got to this next step here, so I can just name it, I don't know. I'm just going to name it whatever, SuperCam. Finish, and then, yeah, just kind of move forward with the remainder steps here. Perfect, and now you can see that we're up and running now with our camera feed here. If I click this button at the bottom here, view playback, that's how we can, go back in time once we have obviously more data. And then I'll flip back over to the physical camera now. And this is where you'll see that you can put the SD card right here. It's in the bottom left here. Perfect. So guys, like I said before, maybe this would be enough for you just to use that Wyze application. But if you're like me, then you actually want that next step and you want to have that background audio. So let's go into the next steps now and set up TinyCam Pro here. So we need to start by just adding a camera. We'll just name it the same thing. Some stuff's already been pre-filled out because I think I've already created a camera here, but yeah, the camera brand is Wyze Labs, camera model WizeCam, the protocol is cloud. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fill out the username and password. It's the same username and password that I would have used to create the account for the Wyze application. So I'm going to go fill that in right now. Okay, there we go. So my username and password is filled out. Now let's go back a step. So there we can see our camera again here, and then let's just go to the live view, and then we should be able to see the camera here. There we go. And to give you guys an idea, right now I'm in the room and it's pitch black. I can't see anything. But then when I'm actually looking at the screen, it's pretty good. So you can see that I'm walking here, and it's pretty amazing how much visibility this has when it's pitch dark. Okay, perfect. And the last thing that we have to do here is on the left side, make sure that background audio is enabled if it is not already, right? And then obviously the sound does have to be on the application. And then once that's enabled, then when we actually, leave the app without totally closing the app down, we should notice that it still stays on in the background. Let's take a look. There we go. So then now if I lock the screen, I can still hear what's going on.